Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gonna get started here in just a second. Give everybody a chance to come in. Baby kitty. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. We have 3 booster boxes to open up, so decent number of packs. You can see what I'm hoping to pull in terms of the secret rares for the set on the top right in a little card carousel. Not a ton I really want from this set. Ooh, pardon me. Not a ton I really want from this set. In terms of the secret rares, I just want a lot of the more playable cards in this set. So we'll see how I do pulls wise. Like I said though, I have 3 booster boxes that I bought myself. So this is this live stream is going to serve as a public service announcement for why you should always buy singles. As it seems to always do for me. But apparently I'm a glutton for punishment and keep doing this to myself every set. So yeah. All right, let's crack into this first booster box, shall we? All right, so box open. We're gonna just pop open and see each of them real quick, for each pack. I will be preserving the code cards for our league at home, the Justin Basil Online League. If you are interested in code cards, you can participate in Justin Basil Online League on my Discord server each Friday. So starting out with an Onyx, Little, Nickit, Nacli, Slitherwing, Gorgeist, Tatsugiri, reverse Nacli. Wow, starting out strong. Okay, that's sure. Got gold Iron Valiant. I have just realized I don't have my sleeves out. Phenomenal. Let me see what I got. Never forget, never remember everything and always forget something. Such is the nature of this. Starting out with a gold Iron Valiant, that is crazy. One of the few golds that doesn't just look like a fake. Not great appearance wise either way, but you know, it's okay. The Iron Valiant is definitely a little less hype after people have actually gotten a chance to play with it. You know, cool. Definitely not going to complain about the pull. I should probably put FLTL where it actually goes. All right, Ipom. Aventula is not going to go into the fighting because it's not a fighting type Pokemon. Screamtail, Technical Machine Devolution, one of the first Boogeymen from the set. Techno Radar, Steelix is the other reverse holo here, and Iron Moth is my first holo rare from that pack. The holo rare from that pack. And the last type to be taken will be Fire. All right. Nimble, Yamisk, Cinda, Tinkatink, Vanillix, Defiance Vest, Veluza, Pansear, Exploud, dang. Full Art Hoopa. Not one of the more playable cards in the set, but that is definitely a rarer card, so that's cool to see. The Sparkly Hoopa there. Hoopa is a Terra type, so it's fighting type instead of its usual darkness. Or psychic. Which is pretty cool. We have Minun, Snorant, Knackstack, Plusle, Exploud, Mela, Slitherwing, Gorgeist, Flittle, and Wo-Chien is the holo. Really wish Wo-Chien were better. I was hoping that when we got the Treasures of Ruin a couple sets ago, that they would be like actually super good. And exactly Chien-Pao has done anything, which is a little sad. I love grass types and really want a grass type deck to actually be good at some point, but that does not seem like it's going to happen. Technical Machine, Turbo Energize, Blindside, another Technical Machine in that same pack. A Reverse Hollow Chi-Yu, a Reverse Hollow Tandemaus, and an Armarouge. Nice. Again, one of the more playable cards in this set, but it's cool. It is a sparkly card. Lots of sparkles on there, actually. All right. Dottler, Toxel, Liepard, Wimpod, Gorgeist, Tatsugiri, Vanillix. Is Vanillix not even a holo? It's not even a rare. That's weird. I feel like in a previous set that would, like in one of the Sword and Shield eras, that would have probably been a holo rare or a non-holo rare. They'd have been like, it's not going to be an uncommon anymore. It's going to be a non-holo rare. We're going to waste that spot. I'm very glad they did away with non-holo rares in Scarlet and Violet. Man, did those feel bad. At least with the holos, you like the card at least looks nicer, even if it's, you know, still a junk card. Surskit, Magby, Flamigo, Porygon, Iron Bundle, Techno Radar, Counter Catcher. Very nice card to see back in the format. Definitely check out my top 5 cards I want to see reprinted in the standard format. That was on the list. That video did come out before Counter Catcher's reprint was announced, so hopefully I'm just psychic and all 5 of them will get reprinted. That'd be crazy. Doubt it, but you know, one can hope. All right, Elekid, Tinkatuff, Trubbish, Crustle, another Defiance Vest, Veluza, another Turbo Energize, Mienfoo, Nickit is the reverse. I don't like about the darkness types is their reverses are always so subtle. And then a Chien-Pao. Holo rare. I remember back when I was sorting my stuff for Sun and Moon, there were a number of times where I'd be going through stuff and I'd be like, ah, crap, I missed a reverse holo. And it was always darkness types. Because especially back then, they were really hard to tell. Compared to literally every other type. Ha ha ha. Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. I'm very glad to pull that. Now if we can just pull the rest of that down. Ooh, shiny. Okay, that's nice. That's actually really, really nice. That Veluza art is gorgeous. Not too bad so far. Not even halfway through the pack or the box, which is making me worry that all the hits are going to be on one side of the box. That would be rough. Onyx, little Nickits, Nickly, Trio, Blindside, Iron Bundle, Gliscor, Magby, Groudon. So I feel like playing Garchomp. I feel like Groudon is a great choice for that deck. Mango Purge is up to 240, and frankly, the damage is just good. as a single prizer. It's pretty good. Turo Scenario, also nice to see. Rika, Ferroseed, okay. Iron Eagleus is cool, but I actually really like the reverse hollows on these the Paradox tools and stuff. Paradox Pokemon in general. They just look like, I know it's just the mirror holofoil, but it just looks better for reverses. Maybe it's just because it's like a clean look. I don't know. I like it. I like it. Yeah. All right. Mienfoo, Ferroseed, Gibble, Tanpour, Durant, Slitherwing, Ferrothorn, a reverse hollow Iron Bundle, and a reverse hollow Jirachi, and a Porygon Z. I know somebody in my locals was looking for Porygon Z. If you're watching this, you'll know who you are. I think they're collector of Porygon Z. Maybe they're looking for the illustration rare, but I kind of doubt it. All right. So the Iron Bundle, once again, has that cool reverse hollow look. It actually looks really nice on these. Just the way the texture comes out on that. I don't know. I like that. I do kind of wish that Jirachi were better. I know a lot of people have been hype on Jirachi and like, oh, it's going to save the format. I don't think it's going to do much of anything, unfortunately. Alright, we got Swablu, Pansear, Wiglet, Gligar, Tulip, Dondozo, Chantal, Apom. Wow. We're doing really well in this box so far. I cannot complain. Like, I haven't pulled the Pokemon I really want to pull, but like, okay, we just pulled our second art rare, and like, it's not bad. Pulled a gold in the first pack. Pretty good stuff so far. All right, Blitzel with the art by Shinji Kanda. Nice. Bound Sweet. Apom. Cursed Duster. I think that was the last. I'm pretty sure that was the last Pokemon card, or last Pokemon tool card we needed in the set to be revealed when we were trying to figure out what the set was. It's just such a bad card. Like, there's no getting around it. It's just awful. Morpeko is seeing a little bit of play in Roaring Moon decks. The Roaring Moon decks are playing the Morpeko for its free retreat, or its in a hungry hurry ability. Lets it have a free retreat so long as it has no energy attached to it. And then its attack's actually pretty good. Another clear. Counterculture, nice. Its Energizer wheel allows it to move the energy off of itself so that it's once again a free retreater if for some reason it doesn't get knocked out. Zacian, the much loved Pokemon from the Sword and Shield by the Pokemon Company. Not by much of anyone else, but you know, by the Pokemon Company. Poor Zamazenta did not get her due, I'll tell you that. Blipbug, Coco, Snorant, Onage, Screamtail. That is Vitality, good to see her. Minior, a reverse hollow Brood Bonnets. Oh, this is actually my second full art tulip. So I pulled a full art tulip during my pre-release. So that is pretty nifty. And then I got the that's cool. She came in with the Espathra, that's awesome. And I also pulled a reverse hollow Brute Bonnet, which I'm actually going to save because I really like this one. Really like the reverses on the Paradox Pokemon. It just look better. Alright, another Blipbug, because Blipbug, and another Coco, and another Snoring, and another Honedge. Okay, we got a Garbodor and Technical Machine Evolution. The first time we're seeing this one. So we get to evolve up 2 of our Pokemon with an attack there that any of our Pokemon can have. And then we get a Holo Espatra. Alright. Pansage. Mantike! Its first regular card in so long. I think it's only its second ever English card, despite being a Pokemon that released in Gen 4, and here we are in Gen 9. It's insanity. The Lysopod is this pack's holo rare. Tandemaus, double. Whismur, Doublade, another Ancient Booster Energy Capsule. Woohoo! I think that's 2 out of 3 that I need for the deck so far. Turo Scenario, a Reverse Holo Slitherwing, and Volcanion's a holo rare in this set. Or in this pack, rather. So, Slitherwing looks cool, but I wish the Pokemon were actually better. It feels like I got the short end of the stick for this set. Like, I don't see a situation in which somebody's gonna be like, yes, my deck absolutely needs a Slitherwing, and then that would actually be the right call. It just doesn't feel like it would ever be. All right. Horsey, Joltik, Natsu, Remoraid, Slitherwing again, Ferrothorn, another Cursed Duster, Semaphore, Charcadet, and Latios. Latios is interesting. I feel like Xatu decks probably want a copy of it, or might want a copy of it. And then maybe, probably not, but maybe after rotation, Gardevoir might consider it. Then it clings real. Alright, we have some Doublade or Miltank. I'm just reading this card and thinking, man, that'd be good in 3-4-5. But then it's weak to fighting, and no. BAF in that set is, or in that format. Oh, it's Gholdengo. BAF in that format is almost certainly Phalanx or some version of that deck. And being fighting weak is really not good in that format. Gholdengo. Wish you were a Roaring Moon, but you're a pull, so that's cool. I unfortunately am not the biggest fan of Gholdengo. I don't think it's actually that good. I wish it were. Maybe in the future it'll get some better support and make it really, really cool and really, really powerful, but as of right now, it does feel a bit underwhelming to me, unfortunately. Cloth is actually surprisingly decent. Cloth is pretty potent. Toedscruel, Wimpod, and Garganacl. I'm actually really excited about this card because there's going to be a Garganacl EX coming out either in the next mini set that we're getting in January or in our Scarlet and Violet 5 set, probably in February, March. And they might go together. And that would be very interesting. Or at least it would be for Eternal. Eternal can do really weird things with evolution lines, thanks to a card called Surprise Time Machine. Eternal format is like a base set and onward. So you're taking all the way back to the very start of the trading card game. There's a whole bunch of cards to look at. And because it's a Surprise Time Machine, you can switch what Pokemon has evolved into a different one. So if you've like evolved into that one, you can like power yourself up on the bench and then switch it into the other one to attack with. There we go. Man, I can't decide which one I like better. I think I like the holo one better. I think it's just because the reverse holo for it just kind of excludes this, whereas the holo version is just like fully holo. If that makes sense. That's interesting. I don't know if it's holo bleed or if that's just how the cards are designed, but it's cool. Mienfoo, Ferroseed, Gible, Panpour, Absol, Simisear, Crobat, Future Booster Energy Capsule, Toedscool, and Palkia. Palkia, unfortunately, not super good. Kind of underwhelming. Future Booster Energy Capsule is nifty. We have Nimble, Elekid, Vanillish, Onix, Apom, the unfortunately useless Snorlax doll, Pinkaton, Elekid, the special illustration rare version of Garchomp EX, and a holofoil Yveltal. So, I was noticing the other day, like, I get that this is the special illustration rare, but to me, this Garchomp, this is just what the full art should look like. Like, where it's, like, the background actually makes sense and looks like something. Like, you don't really get the full arts looking like much of anything in the sets. And it's really frustrating because, like, personally, I feel like the full arts, for the Pokemon at least, like the trainers are fine. But the full art Pokemon, they feel really, really lackluster. Like, I know some people prefer them, but I do not like them. But the only thing I liked less was the freaking Rainbow Rares. Best card in the set, everybody. Earthen Vessel is just ridiculous. So strong. And Iron Moth is the holo rare for this set. At 120 damage is kind of underwhelming. I hope at some point we'll get like we'll get the effect of Naganadel from Lost Thunder back with that charging up ability. The charging up is Naganadel's ability. It says that you can attach an energy from the discard pile to that Naganadel, the one that uses the ability, right? Oh, you sneaky buggers. And with something like Frost or Iron Moth, rather, you'd be able to kind of pull some of those energies up and actually do something with it. I would hope that they would give another Pokemon, maybe Iron Moth EX, like a more potent version of the attack or something, and also still have Thermal Reactor. But I doubt they will. We did, speaking of full arts, we did pull the full art version of Mousehold. Unfortunately, unplayable card at the moment because of Chaotic Swell. Like, you could try to play it with Solrock and Lunatone, but sadly, sadly that just limits your bench space, which reduces Mousehold's damage with Solidarity, which makes it less useful and meh. Like, no matter what you do to try to make it playable while Pathopeak is in the format, it's just not good. And it's probably not even good without it, let's be honest. Another Jirachi. A Nacli. Bundle. Gliscor, Future Booster Energy Capsule, Loudred, a Rotala Zubat, and a Wo-Chien. Big boy Wo-Chien. Right. Dumbblade, Tank, Wimpod, Bustle, Snorlax Doll, Tinkaton, Tatsugiri, Durant, a Reverse Holo Countercatcher, and a Toxtricity EX. Toxtricity is one of those Pokemon that if it were just slightly better would be really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't do quite enough for how much it costs. And its typing hurts it too because it's not a lightning type, it can't actually make use of Electric Generator, because Electric Generator you have to attach to a lightning Pokemon. So Toxtricity basically has to use Flaffy, and unfortunately Flaffy is going to be rotating this next year, so. And his damage is also like 10 short of where it needs to be, so there's that too. Thievul is the holo in this pack. We have, looks like 5 packs left in this booster box. I think we've done reasonably well. frankly. I would really like to pull a Roaring Moon at some point, but I feel like I probably am not going to get lucky enough to pull any, turn out the whole thing today, so we'll see how this goes. Another Earthen Vessel, also a very busted card. It's the best card in this set, actually. And speaking of another Pokemon EX, we have Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is interesting. Maybe it can find a home in Miraidon. Maybe. Vengeful Shock has that paralysis effect that Raichu and Raichu used back in the day. And then you have Extreme Current. So, Choo-Choo in the form of... Oricorio, Toedscruel, Vanillite, Charcadet, Sada's Vitality, Minior, Crocolore, Gible, Luxurious Cape, and a Mewtwo EX. Now, Mewtwo is one of those cards that's just slightly not quite enough at the moment. Photon Kinesis is basically the same effect, or same attack as Shadow Rider VMAX's attack, but Mewtwo's pretty squishy, and unfortunately it just kind of isn't enough damage-wise. Like, it's too hard to get enough damage out to make it good. It's not outright bad, but it's just not good enough, I guess is the best way to put it. Surskit, Whismur, Toedscruel. This Toedscruel, very nice. I am sorry to all of my fellow judges who will have to answer the million ridiculous questions that people will be asking for it. Thankfully, most of the questions that are going to be asked of it are really... they can be answered by reading the card very literally. Pokemon, for the most part, is really literal with how it does rulings for cards. So there aren't too many instances of cards doing unexpected things, I guess I would say. You just have to be very, very literal with the effects text. So in the case of Toedscruel, it says that your cards in your opponent's discard pile can't be put into their hand by an effect of your opponent's ability or trainer cards. So yeah, it's your opponent's abilities or trainer cards. So like if they use your effect to do something, they can still get sent back because literal. Not really a surprise to anyone who's played the game, but kind of worth something. It's something worth kind of highlighting just in case. We have a Surskit, a Magby, a Flamigo. It looks like it's urinating on its backside. Mienshao, Rika, Screamtail, Spinda, Simisage, and Xatu. How is this my first Xatu? Holy crap. Also, how did Xatu not get a illustration rare in this set? I'm hoping because there's a new print of this in Shining Treasures EX that we're going to get an illustration rare version of it in that set. Like maybe a shiny version of it even. That would be awesome. But I'm not getting my hopes up. We do know that there are special illustration rare shinies in that set, and I'm very glad for that. I'm glad to have been wrong on the Poke Beach podcast. But yeah, it's rough. Natsu, Remoraid, Crocolore, Tulip, Dondozo, Yamask, Gligar. Yeah! Okay, I know this feels, for collectors especially, like it's the least interesting pull I've pulled today, but this is one of the most expensive cards I've pulled today, and it's also one of the cards I wanted most because it is a deck I want to build. I'm very, very happy to have pulled this. I just need 3 more. Yay. That was literally the last pack in that box, too. Whew, okay, let's do it. Wow, this is actually for a bit. Let's do a recap of that box, shall we? All right, so we pulled a Roaring Moon EX, Mewtwo EX, Tapu Koko EX, and Toxtricity EX. And we pulled the Full Art Mousehold, the regular Goldengo, a regular Armarouge, the Full Art Tulip, the Full Art Hoopa, the special illustration rare Garchomp, the gold version of Iron Valiant, the illustration rare version of Iron Yugos, and the illustration rare version of Veluza. So all in all, not a bad box. Actually pretty happy with that. With that, we will jump into box number 2. If you are still watching, I would like to ask a question of you. Which deck has been your favorite to play so far from Paradox Rift? My answer, as you could probably guess, has been Roaring Moon. That big, bulky smash effect is always fun for me. I loved playing Blacephalon GX back in the day, and that is very largely how that felt. Just smash things. But I'm curious to hear what people have enjoyed the most so far from the set. All right, box 2. May box 2 have more busted pulls than our first one. That would be great. Elekid, Vanillish, Onyx, Tinkatink, Durant, Slitherwing, Ferrothorn, Tinkatuff, Panpour, and Palkia. Also very excited to see what is coming out in terms of new archetypes from our, as of yet, unnamed set from January. So we're going to have a January mini set, kind of like Crown Zenith, where it'll kind of help catch us up to all the cards that Japan has received. And I'm super excited that we'll be getting some interesting stuff in there. I'm hoping that there will be something a little bit more impactful than Crown Zenith had, because Crown Zenith's most impactful card was like Zamazenta. But yeah, maybe we'll get lucky. I'm kind of hoping, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but I feel like maybe there'll be a Ceruledge in that set too, because it feels weird that Armor's got a card in one set, and then like Ceruledge still doesn't have its EX either. Like, I was hoping that maybe they would do them in like mirror sets, right? Ceruledge in one and Armourouge in the other, but no, we just have Armourouge. We did just pull the bad version of Magneton, also known as Sandy Shocks. There is that. I know I am not. I love Magneton as a Pokemon, and I was really excited to when the rumors were swirling around that Magneton was going to get a Paradox form, and I was like, oh, that sounds so cool. I wonder what they'll do with it. And then Sandy Shocks just, it wasn't it for me, I'm afraid. I wish it were, but I just, nope. Really not the biggest fan of Sandy Shocks, unfortunately. Another Cloth. Turbo Energize, Doublade, and Yveltal is the holo from this pack. We're going to do this because Medical Energy is the only special energy in the set. I think I only pulled 2 so far. Man, really tired of fighting this packaging. Whismer, Doublade, Thurskit, Magby, Rourke, Steamy, Simipour, Swap. First, Duster, and Deoxys is the holo from this particular pack. I'm curious about our release schedule, though, for next year. I'm kind of curious how we're going to be matching up with Japan, since we've learned that Battle Academy is not, for sure, not a set for Japan, like we thought it was originally. It does appear that Japan is going to be kind of matching the Battle Academy branding for the starter deck set thing. So if that's the case, then we're going to kind of have to understand how those sets might line up. The way I'm thinking about it right now, and I'm not sure this is even the case, I know when Rebel Clash released, there was a Rebel Clash itself was VMAX Rising and Rebellion Crash in Japan. And they were like 80 something and 90 something cards each. And that was the set. I'm thinking that our Scarlet and Violet 5 set is almost certainly the Roaring Wake. Or, is it Roaring Wake? Crashing Wake? Crashing Wake? Yeah. Let me sheet off my website real quick because I'm going to forget. Okay, so Scarlet and Violet 5 is expected to be comprised of cards from the twin Japanese sets Cyber Judgment Wild Force. So that's going to be Iron Leaves and Walking Wake. Those are the words I could not remember. Iron Leaves and Walking Wake would be the two sets, basically. Or the two set icons. Ooh, nice. The Yveltal is super cool. That is pretty. So we probably have those two in those sets. And those would be kind of like Scarlet and Violet base, where it's more or less just those two. And then there's going to be like a pair of sets, or not a pair of sets, a pair of decks that feature Miraidon and Koraidon with their Ancient and Future gimmick, which will be good. But we'll probably, I kind of think we'll probably get those in Scarlet and Violet 5. Because if I'm not mistaken, they come out the same day as Scarlet and Violet 5. So if that's the case, then that pretty much guarantees that that's when we're going to get that. And then the Scarlet and Violet 6 set, which is the one that would come after that. So we're talking probably sometime in like late May or June even. That would be, at least in theory, that would be the cards from Crimson Haze, which is most likely going to feature Blood Moon or Luna, and Night Wanderer. Night Wanderer, I know Pokey is suggesting that it might be like Sinistra or Poltergeist. I'm not entirely sure. I just feel like maybe it's that, but I feel like that would be a really underwhelming set mascot. I don't know. And maybe the Pokemon's super popular in Japan. I don't know. I don't see the love for it here. I certainly don't think it's like cool enough to like be the mascot for the set on its own. And because of how these sets line up, I think it would be the bigger of the two sets if that were the case. Because it would be Night Wanderer. That's of course assuming Night Wanderer comes second out of that pair, and I believe it does based on how we got the set names, but maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. It does feel kind of weird. It's one of those cases where like we don't have quite enough information to feel quite solid on it, but we know just enough to confuse ourselves. So if you're watching this today, this is going to be what would normally be this is going to take the spot of what would normally be the Wednesday bonus video. Hey, look, we have another medical energy. There will not be a bonus video at 2:30 today. We have another Armarouge. We have two Armarouge. That means we have to get another Roaring Moon in this box, right? Because we had an Armarouge in the last one. I just really want the Roaring Moons. Gimme Snorlax, Sol, Snorant, Nickit, and Lokix. Card is cool looking. This Pokemon is kind of creepy. Snorant, Honage, Horsey, Joltik, Future Booster Energy Capsule, Sage, a Reverse Hollow Sada's Vitality. That's pretty cool. Happy about that. Reverse Hollow Wiglets, and a Kingdra for the Hollow Rare. All right. Wiglet, a second Jirachi. That's not the reverse. Ackley, Parasol Lady, Tatsugiri, Earthen Vessel, another medical energy. We're rolling in medical energies today. Little and Steelix. That's cool. Not the illustration rare, unfortunately, but it is Steelix. Box is feeling a little bit less hot than the first one. A little unfortunate. Our first box was pretty hot though, so can't complain too much, I guess. Alright, Kaboo, Zubat, Norman. One of the most boring trainer cards in this set. Could have made him more interesting. Aha! A very, very bad trainer card, but nice art. Chantal. Flip a coin. If heads, switch in one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. If tails, switch your active with one of your benched Pokemon. Effect is super bad, but the art is okay. It's like I know they're just trying to let these trainers have cards because they hadn't gotten a card in their generations forever ago now, but man, does it feel like it's a slap in the face sometime. Tinglu. Welcome, Alpha, to the stream. Hopefully you've enjoyed the pulls so far. I'm not sure when you jumped in, but this box has been really lackluster. So if you've joined after the time we started this box, you're a little disappointed in the results so far. Hey, we got a second Xatu. 2 boxes. Now we have a second Xatu. Wow. Why can't the hollows be like Obsidian Flames, where like it's the same 4 hollows in every pack? So you like have more hollows than you do of the uncommons and commons in some cases. Yamask, Surskit, Flamigo, Simisage, Norman, Cyclodar, Pansear, Gligar, and a Hollow Volcanion to round out that pack. All right. Last pack from this half of the box. Once again, if you are joining us a little late, these code cards will become available as part of the rewards for participation and for placement in my Discord. If you're in my Discord, you can join that and participate in our weekly League at Home, or the Justin Basil Online League, which basically allows you to participate with other players on the Discord server in a weekly free tournament on Friday evenings, U.S. Central Time. Good job. And the people who get first and second get some codes based on how many people are playing, and then everybody who plays throughout the whole tournament. So if you played every round that is part of the tournament, you just get a participation code for being part of it. So you can get some free codes for just playing some games, which is pretty nifty, I think. And you don't have to pay anything, so that's cool too. Feepass, Apom, Ansage, Mantike, Veluza, Blindside, Crocolover, Remoraid, Octillery, and Jake Gerhardt's worst nightmare. Everybody, here he is. Nightmare incarnate right there. Governor says, shout out to Discord for helping dumb new guys like me learn about the game too. Hey, we all started out dumb and ignorant in the game. That's how we start out. We got to start somewhere, and nobody just magically knows everything about the game. So I'm glad Discord's helpful. I know I'm not always super active in the Discord. Sometimes I have to like hyper focus on trying to get something done for the website or for the YouTube channel, but I'm very glad that other people on there are super helpful. And of course I jump in when I can. Got on. Really want the illustration rare Groudon because you're so cool looking. I think I always say to new players is that it's not a crime to have questions. It's not a crime to be new. And I do feel like some parts of the community, of the Pokemon community, Pokemon TCG community in general, kind of make it feel like it is. Like you ask a question and they're immediately jumping down your throat about how stupid you are. And that's not helpful. It's just not. We did get the Loudred though. That is an appropriately loud card. I'm kind of running a little thin on the sleeves there. Just a little concerning because I'm not sure I have more. I'm going to have to get more perfect fits, it looks like. Our Blipbug, Fuecoco, Honedge, Dondozo, Veluza, Blindside's really popular. Rika, Apom you don't go there, and Zacian. I always like sorting stuff out when I'm doing the openings. One, because, I mean, might as well. Going through each pack anyway, I might as well just figure out what I have in it. But it's also nice when I'm going to put up the set, because the sets are all organized by the set types or the card types. It makes it really quick to put them up in the binder compared to having them not sorted. I have an Espathra for this pack. Not the most interesting of the holo rares, but it is a holo. I think it was Lucario from like, I can't remember which set it was. There was a Lucario in one of the Sun and Moon sets that had that exact same ability stance. Not very good back then either. Turns out, it's too easy to get around. Wiglet, Horsey, and Golisopod is a holo. Oregon, Swablu, Panseer, Wiglet, Techno Radar, Steamy, Custom or Counter Catcher. I keep saying Custom Catcher. Counter Catcher. Custom Catcher is a very different card. Not quite as fond memories of Custom Catcher. Custom Catcher is still a good card, but not in the way that it maybe should have been. So Govna is asking about a guide for printing proxies. I have a video, a very old video that shows how to do it. I don't know if you're gonna hear me in it, to be honest. I really need to redo that video. The basic process is fairly simple though. The way you would use the way you do it is you download, there's a PowerPoint file that's available on the website, and you download that and then you open it up. And it'll almost certainly complain about it being like an external file. It's not native to your computer. Yes, of course. You open it up. And then when you are trying to put in the images, this is on Windows, it's somewhere on Mac. You'll click into one of the squares that it has for the proxies, and you'll just paste it. So you Control V, or I think it's Command V for a Mac. And what it'll do when you paste it, if you've clicked on the square, or if you've clicked on the slot correctly, it will just automatically try to fit the image into that box, which is perfect because that's what you need size-wise for the proxy card. So if you print out the proxy that way, or if you put in all the proxies that way, and then just send it to your printer. Whoa, okay. If you just send it to your printer, then magically you'll have 9 slots on that page that are the right size for your proxies. So if you need proxies for Iron Hands, then you can do that. And while I was talking, we pulled a gold Beat Court. That is a nifty card. Unfortunately, Beat Court isn't seeing the most amount of play right now, but It's a good card, so it probably will again. All right. Purloin, Mienfoo, Ferroseed, Gibble, Wugtrio. I know I just kind of rambled there, Governor, but let me know if that made any sense. A whole spiel about how to do it. It sounds really complicated when I try to explain it, whether that's in text or like speaking it out loud. But once you know what the heck you're doing, it's actually very, very simple and goes really, really quick. And that PowerPoint method is how I print all of my proxies for the testing videos we do. So, all right, good to know. Glad it made sense because I know I got a little distracted by that Beast Court. Yeah, it's pretty simple once you know what you're doing. Altaria. Poor Altaria. Always getting shafted with the Ultra Rares. Altaria GX was also not good. Maybe Altaria will see some use in like Regidrago Vsar or something, but it's already such a fringe deck. And then it's got such a niche use on top of it. Pencil, Doublade, Miltank, Counter Catcher, woohoo. Absol with the beautiful art from Shinji Kanda. Palkia, Chocodet, and a Morpeko, I think is the correct way to say it. Yay! Morpeko. I have one in my list for Roaring Moon right now. So I do need one already.
Right now is Wednesday, November 8th.
And the voice assistant wants to kick in. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm glad. I already pulled one though, so we're good. I would like to pull the illustration version of the card though. That would be cool. Gorgeist. So yeah, Gibble, Parasol Lady, and ooh, it's the full art version of Jake Gearhart's Nightmares. I know I'm giving Jake a lot of garbage, but he's like the poster boy for Iron Hands Doomsday Saying, so gotta make a couple jokes at his expense. I just think Iron Hands is good, but I don't know that it's quite broken. Not yet, at least. And not in standard. Let's see how broken it is for Eternal. See if it has to end up on a ban list come January. All right, we got 3 packs left in this box. See how this goes. All right, we got Panpour, Blitzel, Bounsweet, Feebas, Veluza, Chantal, Garbodor, Veluza again, Cloth, because Cloth, and Wo-Chien. This box definitely feels weaker, but I feel like when I pick these cards up, I'll be like, oh, it's actually not. Still no Roaring Moon. Oh. Yes, I really like these. This is an Ultra Pro card sorting tray. You can get them for like $20 on Amazon, I think, if they're still available. But they're like, if you find them in your local game store, they're like $5. They're actually not that expensive, but they charge an arm and a leg for them on Amazon for some reason. I have 2 of these, and I have a third one by, I think it's BCW. I definitely like the Ultra Pro ones more. They're kind of thin and flimsy, but they're like strong enough that you can carry them around and stuff, at least fairly short distances, and sort stuff. And they're very, very useful for sorting. Trying to sort stuff without this is such a pain in the neck. Like before I had these, I was using crayon boxes. Like Walmart sells little crayon boxes for like $1 during back to school time. And I got like a ton of those and used like those to sort everything. But I wasn't overly fond of that. It did work. Or from your sneaky. It did work, but not as well as this. The downside to this, though, is that I'm more likely to just kind of leave cards in here. Whereas with those, I hated it so much that they were put up pretty quickly. So we have a regular Hoopa. That was the last pack for that box, too. Boo, no Roaring Moon. All right. Let's recap this box, shall we? All right. So we have... Feels like it's still a decent number of cards. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pulls. Like, it's still high. It just doesn't feel like it because I wasn't super hype about most of them. All right. We got the Loudred, the Yveltal, the Full Art Chantal, the Full Art Iron Hands, which I mean, that's good. The Gold Beats Court, also good. The regular Iron Hands, which is also a fairly expensive card. It's like 18, I think, right now. Garchomp, Armarouge, my second one. Hoopa, Altaria, and Sandy Shocks. So, technically not a horrible box, but not as flashy as the first one. Chaos says, oh, nice. I got into the actual TCG. Was collecting for like a year. And I played for fun like 20 years ago. Yeah, it's interesting. I played when I was a kid. And I fell off around Neo Genesis, so that time, general time frame. And then I did not come back until Ultra Prism. So it was a fairly sizable gap. And turns out the game had changed a little bit in that time. But it wasn't unrecognizable, right? And I was thinking to myself, okay, maybe it's just I was a kid and I was stupid and the game's not actually that fun. Whatever. Because, like, at the time I had recently rewatched a bunch of movies, or a handful of movies, and then watched a bunch of movies. And among some of the movies I had watched, I rewatched some movies I had loved as a kid. And one of them, for example, was Dana Carvey, Master of Disguise. As a kid, adored the movie. Watched it as an adult and went, oh my God, this is so stupid. Not in the, oh, this is stupid fun way either. It was just, it's dumb. And I kind of had that problem in general with several of the movies that I was watching that I had seen as a kid. And I was very afraid that returning the Pokemon trading card game would kind of fill in that same vein. But my brother-in-law and I got some Elite Trainer boxes. I think we both got Burning Shadows. And we made some noob decks with both of them. So we each made our own decks out of the pulls we got. And turns out the game's still fun. Who knew? It wasn't just the kid goggles. The game's actually pretty fun. So I've been back since. And then a few years back, created a deck building guide for my locals because my local league had a lot of new players and people need to learn how to build decks. And I couldn't help all of them because I'm only one person. So yeah, that's the short of it. Tolkien says that's about the same for me, but didn't come back until Scarlet Violet. So your gap was even bigger than mine. It's crazy. Yeah, it's turns out the game's still fun. It's not just those kid goggles. At some point during this box, I'm gonna have to step away for a second and see if I can find some more sleeves to use. I may have to use deck sleeves because I don't think I have any more perfect fits. I have run out. I order them like 20 packs at a time, but it's been a while since I've ordered them, so I think I'm just actually out. Oh, hey. We got ourselves a gold luxurious cape. That is a luxurious cape. Nice. I think Scarlet Violet was a good time to come back, though, too. Like, you had the rule change with tool cards. You had the silver borders come, which so good. I'm so glad they switched to silver borders. They got rid of the non-holo rares. Also a very good decision. They got rid of the stupid rainbow rares for especially trainer cards and Pokemon. Also a great decision. They've been pushing these illustration rares like crazy. Way better than the rainbow ever were. So I'm generally very happy with some of the changes they've made in Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, good time to come back in my opinion. Ultra Prism was really good time to come back too, for what it's worth. The format was actually pretty healthy back then too. Possibly healthier than it is now, but I will say the format now is not that bad. It's very diverse. Only problem I have is back then I had like the one deck that I really wanted to play, and now I just kind of play whatever I pick up, and that's it. I think part of that is probably that I don't play as much as I used to. I primarily run events now instead of playing. I do play obviously still, but not as much as I used to. So, but yeah, I'm like if it's a league challenge at my league, I'm running it because that's how that works. Telcast says, "Yeah, love the borders. I'm just trying to figure out the game again. Played in a challenge with Charizard and went 4-2-1. That's not bad for being back only since Scarlet and Violet." And yeah, Chen Pao is one of the more fun decks for me. Definitely like Chen Pao. And it's getting some stuff. Ooh, Blitzle. Nice. It's getting some good stuff for in this set too. I think Iron Hands definitely is a possibility in the deck. Is a consideration. I have like 2 sleeves left. This is gonna be fun. Think. And surely I have at least another pack running around. Yeah, Chen Pao is pretty good. Oh, God, I'm actually going wrong. Chen Pao is pretty good, and in Paradox format, I think it's also fairly good. Dude, I love these hollows on the paradoxes. They're just cool. They remind me very much of the Ultra Beasts from Stone and Moon era. I like the aesthetic. It's Pansage, Minun, Nornt, Knackle Stack, Future Booster Energy Capsule, Screamtail, Iron Bundle, Reverse Hollow Side of Vitality. Ooh, we got doubles. We got a Sandy Shock and Side Vitality. All right, I think that's gonna be my last sleeve. I need to see if I can hunt. Oh no, there's a couple more. There's one more exactly. I did pull a Sandy Shock CX, so we pulled something in this pack. Nifty. I do have 1 sleeve left, so we got this. We got 1 more pack at least, and we'll have to find something. I feel like I have a bunch of like half-used packs all around my work area, but we'll see. Mouse, Dweeble, Whismer, hi, and Cyclizar, trying to hide out behind its buddy. Simisear, Crobat, Vanillish, Gabite, and Shiyu is the one that gets to burn up that last sleeve. All right, I'm going to pause for just a second while I try to find a pack. All right, we're gonna use some Ultra Pros because I can't find any more Perfect Fits. Woohoo. All right, Plusle, Dottler, Toxel, Leopard, Ferrothorn, Cursed Test, Torpedo, Zekrom, a reverse hollow version of Turo Scenario, a hollow Chen Pao. All right. These things are so much bigger and so much thicker. It's weird comparing them with the Perfect Fit. All right, we have Doublade, Surskit, Magby, Flamigo, Rourke, Minier, Simipour, Nacli, Tandemaus, and a hollow Zekrom. So I am a weird person, and I kind of almost always prefer the regular hollow to the reverse hollow. And I thought that was going to be the case for all of the paradox stuff, like the future and past, or future and ancient. But it turns out that's only the case for the trainer cards. Maybe. That's. I think I prefer the Pokemon being that full hollow. So. Oh. Water is just like so big compared to every other type. I'm gonna put some of these guys down here. That doesn't start sliding. Alright, we have Porygon, Oricorio, Toedscool, Vanillite, Zebstrika, Crocalor, Ambipom, Pinsir, Nickets, and Latios is the hollow rare. Almost done with this first half of this last box. We have 2 packs left, not including the one I'm opening right now, on that side, and then we have the full side for the other one. Crustle, Onyx, Little, Nickit, Simisear, Crobat, Rourke, Onyx, Wiglet, the full art Parasol Lady. I didn't put her on my slides for the cards on the right, and I probably should have. I really like this art. The card is not that good. Maybe it'll see some niche play here and there. But man, is that some pretty artwork. Yeah. I'm glad I pulled it. I'm glad I pulled it. Do I wish it were a Roaring Moon instead? Yes, I do. But I am happy to have pulled it. I think I've only once ever pulled all of the cards I needed to play a deck out of the boxes I've opened, and that was Darkness Ablaze and Eternatus VMAX, and that was also 6 boxes, not 3. That was back when I was even more excessive. I have cut my box openings in half as of Chilling Reign, I think was the last one or the first one I opened only 3 for. Battle Styles, I think was the last one I opened 6 with. It was too much. Too expensive. Not good enough results out of them. Just better to buy singles. So I still want to open some boxes just to have like bulk and stuff to give the kids, or to have for like starter decks or random alternate format stuff I come up with. But for the most part, like, meh. Evil is the hollow in this pack. All right, this is the last pack from the right side of this booster box. We're going to have the left side coming up here. Gligar, Flipbug, Fuecoco, Snorant, Earthen Vessel, Medical Energy, Mienfoo, Nimble, and Deoxys is the hollow rare for this pack. Speaking of things that are cool that I'm going to be doing soon, if you happen to be coming to the San Antonio Regional Championships, you will be able to see me there. I will be there as event staff. I'll be working as part of the First Steps program, teaching people how to play the Pokemon trading card game. You can always drop by and say hi. But yeah, I will be at Pokemon here in San Antonio, Texas. That'll be very fun. Very much looking forward to that. Hey, it's Mantike. Illustration rare version of it. That's really cool. Very much looking forward to San Antonio Regionals. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have not staffed a regional before. Obviously, I've staffed a lot of local events, but I haven't staffed a regional before, so helping staff one of the largest ones ever should be a blast. I think as of right now, it's still looking bigger than NAIC this last year, so that's cool. I have a feeling, I can't confirm this, but I have a feeling they actually chose San Antonio because the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center is so big. Our convention center is enormous, and I think that might have been part of the reason they picked us, because it is so big. And there's lots of room. And it was probably available. So perfect. I remember tweeting out, it'd probably been about a year ago now, like they should do it at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. And then when they revealed all the regionals for the year, I was like, they're actually doing it there. That's cool. It's like ginormous convention center is ginormous. Like the convention center is bigger than freaking Columbus's convention center, and Columbus houses NAIC. Like, it's got this. It's got room. Sure enough, it's got to have more people than NAIC. So nice. Vanillites, Oricorio, Swablu, Panseer, Dodozo, Veluza. Blindside is a very popular TM in these boxes. I think I've pulled like one evolution. I actually kind of want to skim through that real quick and see how many evolution TMs I've pulled. I feel like oh geez, it's a lot. Maybe I should wait. Yeah, I'll wait. I feel like it's not that many though. Like I've pulled more capsules than I've pulled the evolution TMs, I'm pretty sure. All right, Gimmighoul, Wiglet, Jirachi, Knackley, Slitherwing, Devolution, Exploud, Mela, a reverse holo version of Blitzel, and a Tinglu for the holo rare. Okay. Nickit, Vigar, Blipbug, Fuecoco, Crocolore. There's an evolution. Speak its name and it shall appear. Vanillix, Plusle, Parasol Lady, and a Hollow Volcanion. That's what we got left, people. That's it. Almost to the end of these boxes. Do a little recap for what we pulled. Parasol Lady, Porygon, Octillery, Golbat, Mela, Minior, Trio, Trubbish, a reverse holo Luckix, a Xatu. I think that's the third one I've pulled so far. So I need one more for the full playset. I have heard birdies chirping that it's a good card in Eternal format, so that would be very interesting if that's the case. Honedge, Duel, Horsey, Joltik, Defiance Fest, Durant, Technical Machine Turbo Energize, Bounsweet, Miltank, and Golisopod. I have not pulled a Golisopod yet today, so that is cool to see. Chinpow, you don't go down here. Oh, yes, you do, because you're the water stuff. I'm like, no, you don't go there. But it actually does. I had to pull it down because there were so many water Pokemon. I have the memory of a goldfish. Except that goldfish don't actually have short memories. Did you know that? I have the memory that goldfish are supposed to have, but don't. How's that? It was a blindside. Reverse holo earthen vessel. That is a very shiny card. Aegislash holo. Okay. First of all, reverse holo earthen vessel is fire. And then Aegislash. Right. Loudred, Remoraid, Pumpkaboo, Zubat, Trio, Techno Radar, Steenie, Thievul, Norman, and Groudon. Still no illustration rare Groudon. I don't think it's gonna happen, people. Don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think any of the four on that carousel is gonna happen, actually. But we'll see. Let's see. Flamigo, Porygon, Seadra, Magby, Crocolore, Technical Machine Evolution. Now that we've talked about it, it's actually showing up. Vanillix, Natsu, the illustration rare of Iron Moth, and the hollow version of Iron Yogulus. That is pretty cool. Iron Moth. Everybody loves Volcarona because it's cool. Iron Moth is cool. Next pack. Natsu, Burloin, Munifu, Ferroseed, Countercatcher, Absol. Sorry, I'm just so excited that card's back in the format. Masquerain, Rourke, Fuecoco, and the Hollow Zacian. No crazy pull in this pack, unfortunately. That's trippy. That card, Iron Yugo, should be metal so much. And it's not. Vanillite, Oricorio, Swablu, Panseer, Defiance Vest, Durant, Technical Machine Turbo Energize, Golbat, Pumpkaboo, and Espatra. Come on, pulls. Let's see if we can find a Roaring Moon, shall we? We've only pulled one in 3 booster boxes so far. And, like, I know I keep saying, like, this is why you buy singles, but this is why you buy singles. The amount I paid for these, I could have easily gotten a playset. Hey! Complain about it, and he shall appear. I just need to keep complaining about Roaring Moon, everyone. That's what the moral of the story is. We have pulled a full art version of Roaring Moon. Very nice. That's 2 out of 4. I would have preferred matching arts, but I'll take it. All right. Nickets, Gligar, Blipbug, Coco, Techno Radar, Steamy, Countercatcher, Tinkatuff, Technical Machine Evolution, a Garchomp. Hey, Garchomp's coming out to play. Up there, Garchomp. Galvantula, Mantike, Mianshao, Rika, Gorgeist, Tandemaus, Gimmighoul, and Golisopod. So I should take the moment to kind of advertise a podcast that I'm part of. If you have not already been watching, the last couple of months I have been part of the PokeBeach podcast. So PokeBeach, of course, is a site that I regularly contribute to for Pokemon. So I help with a lot of the card reveals there, and they are revealed by Pokemon Japan. And then, of course, I have this YouTube channel, my website, and I'm part of the PokeBeach podcast. So Water Pokemon Master and I every week kind of break down the news and give some of our opinions, and occasionally strongly disagree with one another. But if you haven't already given that a watch, definitely give that a watch after we wrap up with this. Veltal, Darganickle. All right. It's the last pack. It's a Garchomp. Will it have one of the 4 cards on that carousel? Not a good shot, I know. But will it? Let's see. Pansage, Minun, Snorant, Knacklestack, Celadus Vitality, Tatsugiri, Dondozo, Swablu, Surskit. It's a Bombardier. It's a pull at least. It's not what I was hoping it was, but it is a Bombardier. It's a pull. All right. Let's recap this box. see how many pulls it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So basically on par with the last box. So we have the illustration rare Iron Moth, the illustration rare Mantike, the illustration rare Blitzel, the full art version of Roaring Moon EX, the full art Parasol Lady, the gold version of Luxurious Cape, Bombardier EX, Garchomp EX, Golisopod EX, Hoopa EX, and Sandy Shocks EX. So all in all, I could have done worse. I do think though that I've successfully proved that you should buy singles. Do as I say, not as I do. I promise it's better that way. But with that said, I thank everyone for watching, whether you're watching live or you're watching this after the stream has ended. Yeah, it's been always fun to kind of hang out and chat with people as they are here. Not the chattiest people today, but it was good to hang out all the same. And with that said, I will see you in the next video.